Ladies and gentlemen, the world's oceans are rapidly losing oxygen. And no, this did not start with Fukushima because I realize y'all are heavy on that Fukushima train. This started way back in the 1960s. Okay, so there was no such thing as Fukushima when this whole thing came into motion. So I'm not surprised. There have been so many things that has happened to the world's ocean, from oil spills to dumping waste, medical waste going into the ocean, and a whole host of things has happened to this ocean. It's a shame, but you got to understand the people running the earth do not have any respect for this planet. None whatsoever. The world's oceans are gasping for breath. A report issued Saturday at an annual global climate talk in Madrid has concluded. The report represents a combined effort of 67 scientists from 17 countries and was released by the International Union for Conservation of Nature. It found that oxygen levels in the world's ocean declined roughly 2% between 1960 and 2010. The decline, called deoxygenation, is largely attributed to climate change, although other human activities are contributing to the problem. You can best believe it is. There is so much junk going in the ocean, it's not even funny. One example is so-called nutrient runoff, when too many nutrients from fertilizers used on farms and lawns wash into waterways. The decline might not seem significant because we're sort of sitting surrounded by plenty of oxygen, so we don't think small losses of oxygen affect us, said Dan LaFoley, the principal advisor of Conservation Union Global Marine and Polar Program and an editor of the report. But if we were to try and go up Mount Everest without oxygen, there would come a point where 2% loss of oxygen in our surroundings would become very significant. Yes, because you become a lot more lightheaded. The ocean is not uniformly populated with oxygen, he added. One study in the journal Science, for example, found the waters in some parts of the tropics had experienced a 40 to 50% reduction in oxygen. This is one of the newer classes of impacts to rise into the public awareness, said Kim Cobb, a climate scientist and director in the Global Change Program at Georgia Tech, who was not involved in the report. And we see this along the coast of California with these mass fish die-offs as a dramatic example of this kind of creep of deoxygenation on the coastal ocean. The loss of oxygen in ocean, is significant enough to affect planetary cycling of elements such as nitrogen and phosphorus, which are essential for life on Earth, Dr. LaFoley said. What surprises me was that as oxygen levels lowered, there would be an effect on those cycles, he added. We lower these oxygen levels at our peril. Deoxygenation is just one of the ways the world's oceans are under assault. As they absorb carbon dioxide, oceans become less basic and more acidic, in some places dissolving the shells of aquatic life like clams, mussels, and shrimp, in what is sometimes called the osteoporosis of the sea. Wow. You don't think about that. Like those animals that have hard shells, and those shells can easily be eaten away because the ocean is a lot more acidic. Oh, okay. That they said this is dead coral reef in the Indian Ocean, off of Indonesia. Okay, off of Indonesia. And since the middle of last century, oceans have absorbed 93% of the heat associated with human caused greenhouse gases emissions, leading to mass bleaching of coral reefs. Yes, in fact, there is still a heat wave going on in the ocean right now. Okay, back to this. Leading to bleaching of coral reefs. Warmer water also takes up more space than colder water. You know what? I read that last year. You know? Wow. Cooler water. NASA says this is thermal expansion process has caused roughly a third of existing sea level rise. You know, I was reading last year because of the melting ice sheets that's happening on the earth. They said in the future, the pandemics are going to become more widespread across the earth because those ice sheets actually held some of the diseases that have not been seen on this earth in a very long time. So, as they melt, you're going to see a lot of things come back from the past and start spreading very rapidly across the entire globe. According to Dr. LaFoley, if the heat absorbed by the ocean since the 1955, so they're saying that the land temperatures are a lot warmer, and that is also correlating with the ocean temperature. And they're saying since 1955, and chances are that's probably around the time when they start measuring it, which I'm not surprised. So, global average temperatures have risen 2 degrees Fahrenheit since the late 19th century, and the Paris Climate Agreement has a target of limiting further increases to below 3.6 degrees Fahrenheit. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't care what agreements these people come with. They have no ability to control everything on this planet. They really don't. But one thing they're good at destroying things. And then decades and centuries go by before they get the idea, oh, well, maybe we should clean some of this stuff up. You think? But the water holds less oxygen by volume than air does. And as ocean temperatures increase, the warmer water can't hold as much gas, including oxygen, as cooler water. This is why soda tends to go flat faster in the hot summer sun. Warming temperatures also affect the ability of ocean water to mix, so that the oxygen absorbed on the top layer doesn't properly get down into the deeper ocean. That's what oxygen is. So they're saying that the oxygen is more available when you go deeper into the ocean. Hmm. The ocean is a blue heart on the planet. It's the majority of the living space on the planet, and it's kind of the center of our life support system. Yes, it is. Most of the earth is ocean, so there is more ocean than land mass. on the planet. So that's very true. Um, and I think we need to really look after it because it has been looking after us. The only problem is you got people running the earth that don't care much about it. They really don't. When you look at all the things that have happened, I was looking at some of the pictures of all of the space junk. It is incredible the amount of space junk that is surrounding the planet. I mean, these people really truly don't care about this earth. They are not as one with the earth like we are. You know, we match the earth. We come in earth tones. We match the earth. So we are as one with the earth. Because at the end of the day, everything on this planet, we're all connected. But when you got people, look, Donald Trump don't believe climate change is real. He doesn't believe it's real. So he did not go to the Paris climate conference they had. He doesn't feel the need to go. To him, it's not real. See, that is the general attitude of a lot of these people, just like Donald Trump. So if you have that kind of attitude, how do you care about the earth? You don't. You don't, you know? And I'm surprised the earth has not declined more. Now you understand why a new earth is going to be placed on top of this sick and dying one. I'm not kidding you when I tell you our earth is sick. It's sick. It has taken a lot over these past centuries. Nothing is really clean on the earth or in the ocean at this point. And we certainly know the air quality is not good. So I'm not surprised that the ocean is not only losing oxygen, but life. But you know what, ladies and gentlemen, this is prophesized. It was prophesized that the earth oceans were going to die. So this is not a big deal. It should not be a big deal for somebody to hear this. If you look into the biblical text, I believe it's in Revelations, everything in the earth, oceans, is going to pass away. And what have we seen over many years now? We've seen all kinds of animals beach themselves. I'll never forget when I saw a bunch of octopus came out of the ocean and beached themselves. It's not just whales. We always hear about whales more than any other creature, but starfish and a lot of other creatures come out of that ocean. And it's because the ocean is not comfortable for them anymore. They come out of that ocean because they can't breathe. It's too warm. It's not comfortable for that ocean life. And they ultimately die. But you can expect to see ocean die offs from now until the very end. We were told these things would occur. It's not something new or something unheard of before. But it just goes to show you this earth is really not in top shape. And all of the problems that you see, including with the ocean, it's all man made. All of it is. You go back to when our ancestors were alive, it was none of this stuff was going on. And you did not have a dirty ocean back then either. But you do now. They think of they think it's nothing to dump in the ocean when they need to get rid of stuff. I was watching a video probably about 2 years ago, and they were bulldozing all of these hospital waste into the ocean. And it included amputated arms, legs, feet, and all kinds of body parts. They were just pushing it all into the ocean with bulldozers, because these folks, they have no connection with the earth. They don't care about it. And we've gone too long with people that don't care, you know? But this is the stage that we're in. So, ladies and gentlemen, please tell me what you think about this article. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace, family.